Hey guys, how's it going today? I am super excited because I am going to the Shindig tomorrow on Saturday. I'm so stoked. But I wanted to give you a quick look at my baby plants before I go because I'm getting ready to say goodbye to them. And I thought maybe it would be fun to kind of snap them, see how they're doing. So this is what I've got. Please excuse my dirty counter because I usually have just soil everywhere right around this time of season. So I've got some thyme, which is looking really great. I have to keep turning it because I am low on grow lights and it keeps trying to stretch on me. And then I have some catnip, which is for my sweet boyfriend's kitty. And I've got some more seeds because it didn't really come in the way that I wanted it to. I got some really great sprouts on this side, so I came back in and reseeded in this area. And then I've got my little, if you were on my Instagram, I've got my little baby blackberries back there, my little white blackberries. I'm super excited. They're doing pretty well for how they came in. They came in really cold. They've got some yellowing down here on the bottom leaves, but they seem to be doing okay, so I'm pretty tickled about that. And then in here, if you can see, I know it's really bright. Maybe I can tilt that so you can see it or turn it. I have little bitty Schwarzberry bushes is what these are. And look how pretty these leaves are. They are so big and pretty. That's about the size of a quarter, that big one. That one is about the size of a nickel. And these are so sweet, you guys. I am so looking forward to these plants. I think I'm going to do a special series on them just because of how sweet these plants are. They actually have a really, really special meaning to me and to my family. So I think that I'll do something special as far as a video or maybe even kind of a journal series with this particular set. And I got a third one back there, so we're gonna have a few, which makes me really, really happy. And then down here, we have, underneath of this, my kind of jerry-rigged system. We have in these two Jiffy strips, we've got marigolds. And I want you to be on the lookout for these because I am excited about them. We are doing two different kinds of marigolds. We have a standard marigold and then we have a dwarf variety marigold. And so far, it looks like our standard marigold, which is this first row right in here, is got a little bit higher germination rate than our dwarf marigold, at least for this first week. So these have only been in the soil for about a week, so we're gonna see how they go. But I'm kind of excited about them. So I'm gonna pull this out so you can see it a little bit better. And then in these other things, we've got some other things growing. So this first one, the bottom right one, we have some herbs. We've got some August J. This one right here to the left of it is some Gaillardia flowers, and it is just starting to get some green in there. I don't know if you can see it, just barely starting to get some green sprouts come up. The one back there in the top right, I'm sorry, it's kind of unfocusing. Maybe I can get it focused a little better. Here we go. Is Calendula, and that one's coming up really well. I'm really tickled about that one. And then really tiny in here, the top left one, I don't know if you can see it. Yep, real tiny. We've got Portulasa. Portulasa, is that how you say it? Maybe. I wrote it on the tag. Portulasa, I think that's what it is. These have all been planted in here for about a week, except for the herb there in the bottom right of that little square. So they're all coming in pretty well. I'm excited. So these are my flowers. I'm gonna have marigolds tucked all over the place with my peppers and tomatoes and all of that. So they are just hanging out under this grow light kind of jerry-rigged system that I've got here on my tiny counter. And then I've got over here, this is most of my tomatoes and peppers and stuff. So this is just a turntable cake stand that I've got all of them on. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to film this while I'm showing you. Then I've got tomatoes. So I've got 3 of these Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. I was only going to do a couple, and then my brother said that he really wanted to see them and wanted to have a couple. So I ended up starting several, and after going through and, you know, thinning him out and everything, I've ended up with 3. So I think I'm going to give him 2 and I'm going to keep 1 because I only really need 1 for myself, and he's got a really big garden box raised bed situation, and they're going to do some other tomatoes, so he's got a lot more room for them than I do. So let me move those over there, and I'll pull out the turn tray so you can see what we have under here, which is really kind of fun. So I've got some herbs, and these are the same herbs that are in the reflector box, my kind of jerry-rigged reflector box. They're an August shade, they're just different colors. And you've probably seen these on my Instagram. And I've got 3 different colors. One is a rose mint, one is a heather Texas Queen, and one is a Navajo orange sunset. So my goal is to put all of them into one big container, probably like a deck box that's long rectangular, and have just kind of this long drift of them. And I'm looking forward to it. I love how they are just so textured. It looks kind of like fluffy moss to me the way they are, and they're just so thick like this. So I'm looking forward to that. But then as we turn this around, we've got other things. So I have these 2 right here, well actually 3, as you look at them, are peppers. These are rose compoya peppers, and I'm gonna probably keep 2 of these and give 1 to my brother because he didn't need as many peppers, and I eat a lot of these. I eat a lot of peppers, and I was really excited to start these, so I'm gonna keep 2 and give 1 to him. And then my other pepper plants, which are back here, I actually do have 2. You can see the leaves for the one really, really well. Maybe as I turn this, you can see this a little bit better. If I get in here, right there, you can see that little guy right there. I'm trying to focus it, sorry guys. Is one more that just popped up. So the bigger one has been growing and it's been out for about 10 days. And then finally here this last weekend, that second little guy decided that he was going to go ahead and sprout. I think I planted 4 or 5 of these. So these are actually Brazilian starfish peppers, and I'm really looking forward to them. So I'm going to keep 1, give 1 to my brother. He was interested after looking at the seed packet what they would look like. So I'm really looking forward to them. I think that they're going to be really, really neat. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I'm sorry that my focus is struggling. There you go. You can see that a little better. And then over here in the back, as we turn the tray around, we have more tomato plants. Now these I am so excited about. I'm going to have several of these actually. I've got 4 and they need to be separated. I just haven't gotten around to it, partly for space reasons because I'm running short on grow lights. I've got lettuces over in the sunny window, and actually Bella got really curious and stuck her face in them, and then she decided that that was really, really fun to do, and she ended up doing it a few times and they kind of got toppled and broken, but I think they'll come back fine and they're going to taste just fine. They just are a little bit maimed at the moment. So we'll see how that happens, how that goes over. She doesn't normally get into plants, but evidently those were really, really exciting looking. So we've got, these are what are these called? Napa Chardonnay tomatoes, and these are a cherry. They're a white cherry, and I am so excited about these guys. So I'm going to probably keep at least 2, if not 3 of these, and give 1 to my brother, maybe 2 of them, depending on how much space he's got. He wasn't looking for cherries from me, but I think that once he starts to see how they look and whatnot, he'll probably be excited to have some. So that's what I've got for some seed starts and kind of what I've got. So what I've been doing is I just have them under grow lights that I've clamped to my cabinets right there. And as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of counter space in my kitchen, so everything kind of just gets rotated. And I've got everything on a 12-hour schedule. So whatever's under grow lights right now runs for 12 hours and then it gets rotated out, and then the next round gets run for 12 hours and rotated out. But because I'm getting ready to go out of town for a day and a half or so, everything has kind of been on a little bit more expedited schedule. And all of these are going to get a little bit of water, except for the grape tomatoes because they're looking pretty well watered. And then that way they'll be fine through the next day. I don't want to get them too much water because I don't want to run into any sort of disease or cramping over. And I noticed that a little bitty gnat over by my thyme plant earlier today, but I can't really help that. Sometimes that just happens. But I don't want to get any more, that's for sure. So I'm gonna give them all just a little bit of water, and then they should be good for the next couple days. But I'm just so tickled about these guys. I'm just so tickled. And I love how these have purple stalks on them. I don't know if you can really see that. You know, normally you kind of get just green stalks on tomatoes, but these have just kept their purple stems, and that has just made me so happy. So I've got one more surprise I want to show you guys. So if you come over here, you see some of my houseplants and my Cheetos. So there's one of my houseplants. He's really liking this spot over here. Normally he's kind of stuffed back in the corner, but he's been really liking this spot over here. This is one of my succulents, and I am not the best at succulents. I kind of suck at them. But I keep trying. I'm gonna get better, and I've been trying to propagate. I knocked off this little leaf on accident a while back, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try again, try and propagate. And I finally have, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see it? I finally have a little root. It has taken forever, and normally the leaves just kind of shrivel up and they go all spongy and nasty on me and they just die. But I finally got one, guys. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite succulents that I've had. I mean, look how cool this guy is. He just kind of grows all over the place, whatever direction he just feels like it. And normally he sits in my window, but since I'm getting ready to head out, I've got my windows kind of shut down right now. So he's just hanging out down here by my grow lights, and then there's my cactus. My cactus is real happy. I've got one of those like papery cactuses. Isn't he cool? I think he's so cool. I like weird succulents, like the weird, really, really weird ones. So I'm super excited. I've got a root. That makes me really tickled. Really, really tickled. So there you go, guys. Now you kind of know. I am so looking forward to the Shindig this weekend. I have been just tickled pink to go to this, and I've been telling pretty much everybody that I know that I am going to this, and most of them have been like, okay, Jess, that sounds like it's going to be really fun for you. And it's fine. They're just not garden people, but it's going to be great. I am so excited. And I love road trips, and I love plants, and I love the Roots and Refuge channel. It's one of my favorite channels to watch. So if you haven't watched that channel, go and check it out. It is really, really fun. They've always got something going on, whether it's with the garden or chickens or goats or the kitties or whatever. There's always something going on over there. So I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to being able to go down and be a part of this event. So I will take some videos and upload them for you guys here probably by the end of the weekend, or maybe Monday, depending on what time I get back. And I will keep you updated. So watch my Instagram for pictures throughout the weekend, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.